What's up, y'all? It is Wednesday, March 19th. Man, March is almost over. We only got 12 days left. All right, but let's keep it pushing. It is that favorite time of the year. Note-taking time. So let's go. Okay, we're going right in. But first things first is I do want to say this. We do have a quiz on Friday. So make sure tomorrow we are going to give out the, what are those things, progress reports. So we talked about that on Monday. But make sure you turn in all of your work, all of these assignments. I'll move myself on over. Make sure you got all of these assignments in. And then you guys see the review slides are in there and the practice quiz. So make sure you guys do both of those. The quiz is on Friday. Please make sure to study. All right, let's get to these notes, okay? Cool, you do not have to take over any of these forms of energy here, but we're just going to talk through these slides real quick. All right, so write this down in your journal. Again, write this down in your journal. Energy is the ability of a system to do work required for changes, and it's required for changes to happen within a system, just like we have a whole system of lights in this room. Now, if I take the energy out of this system, right, so the electrical energy out of the system, now it's much darker, and it doesn't operate as it should. However, if we go ahead and add, and as you can see, I've added some to the system. So I added an LED system, so at least that's working, right? But we're going to add energy back into the system, boom, and then now you see that now the system is working properly as it should. Again, energy is the ability of a system to do work. You need to make sure to put energy in for that system to work. It's just like our bodies are a lot of systems, but our whole body is one whole system made up of multiple systems. But in order for those systems to work, we need energy. So make sure to eat a good lunch, breakfast, and dinner. All right, y'all, moving on to the next one. All right, so you do not have to write this. You see the brains. I just want you to think here. So just remember, a force is a push or a pull. That is different than energy. The energy is required to generate the force. However, the energy is not the force itself. So just make sure to understand those are two separate things, okay? Keep it pushing on to this. Also, just in your brain, please, can you tell me the definition of a system? Come on, say it out loud. What is a system? Hopefully you said maybe it's a group of parts or a group of objects that work together to accomplish maybe a single task or something like that. So a group of interacting, interrelated, or interdependent elements or objects or things that form a complex whole. So like the solar system or the respiratory system. Also, you see like this pulley system. We just talked about the lighting system inside this classroom. It's a whole bunch of different things that form up that system. So light bulb, electrical wires. There's also the diffuser shields. And you guys are like, what is that? Those screens that go over the lights so the lights aren't so bright and intense on us, right? So even the switches to turn things on and off. All of those things are part of the system. Okay. Now it is time for you to write again. You do not, and I gotta repeat, you do not have to draw anything today. So potential energy, we did write this down before, but we're given a more robust definition, is stored energy. The energy an object has because of its position or condition. So again, we've been talking a lot about gravitational potential energy. So as this goes up, right, the higher an object is, then the more gravitational potential energy it is. But again, just like this bow right here, the further that it is pulled back, the more potential energy that it has. So it could be about its position. It could also be about its condition. So those are two different things. So just make sure you're in there with both of those, okay? Pause the screen if you need it. Mr. Farr is moving forward. Cool. So here we are, relative position. So this is where is an object located in relation to another object. So if you say the relative position of the ball is on the putting green, that's good. But then you could go even closer and say, oh, it's by the flag or by the hole right there, right? So you could say that, and that would help us to know, like, where is it at? Just like if someone asks, where is Mr. Farr located? Oh, he's located at the desk in his room. Okay, cool. And people, if you know where the desk is at in my room, then you'll know where I'm located. Also, you could say, like, at the coffee shop, right? What's the coffee shop? Like, where is it located? Oh, you'd say, oh, it's over there by McDonald's. That is its relative position. So, yeah, and if you got to McDonald's, you could find the coffee shop. So, I just want to make sure you got that relative position. All right, the last thing is this. It is Women's History Month. So it is Women's History Month, and we're going to celebrate it by looking at some women scientists, right, who have done great things in history. So the first person we are going to look at is, her name is Marie Curie, right? So what I want you to do is write down her name. Her name's right there. So write down her name on a piece of paper and then make yourself a nice little T-chart, right? And if you're like, what's a T-chart, Mr. Farr? Hold on. Let me see if I can make one real quick. Boom. So a T-chart is like this. So let me get my nice little pen. T-chart is boom, bam, and I got Marie Curie, right? See? So this shouldn't be taking long. And then I'm going to put over here, I'm going to put obstacles, right? And I'm going to need to write down 3 obstacles. And then I'm going to put over here achievements. That's a little bit harder for Mr. Farr to spell, but it's a good thing it's right there on the slide. Achievements, okay? So when I'm in the video, I need to write down 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 of each. Now the video is not going to be at the end of this video. I'm going to put it down below in the description. It will be linked right there. So watch the video of Marie Curie, because I don't want anything to get messed up with this video. I'm showing that video in there, but the video is linked down below. Watch that video. Get three obstacles she had to overcome and 3 achievements, okay? And then once you've done that, you are done for the day. Make sure to study for your quiz. Again, the video is down here in the description. All right, y'all. Peace! Or it's in the agenda slides. It's also in there. Peace!